How are you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Good.
Having issues with everything today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, technical difficulties.
Oh, shock, innit?
Pretty much. We usually run on time as well, but we're not today.
That's all right.
How's it going, guys?
Hello.
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 There you go.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I'm going to have to keep saying it. How many?
Right, so I definitely can hear. Who am I looking at? Adam. Do you want to
Hello.
try? Who wants to go next?
Hi.
That was
Hi.
Zach. Hello.
There you go.
Zach.
Can you hear me?
We got Ryan's.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
And
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
looks like
Nice one.
Ollie, it looks like you're just connecting with audio. Oh.
Is that everybody for you guys?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we have got everybody.
Yeah, when Ollie finally turns up.
Okay, I'll give him a minute. We're okay.
Okay.
We had Ollie for a second.
Yeah.
It's like we're fighting with the connection there.
Trying so hard.
Can be so.
Yo, can everyone hear me?
We
Now we got you.
Hey.
Yes, let's go.
Success.
I think it was my earpods.
How you going? How you doing, guys? You all right?
Yeah, all
thank
good.
you.
Good.
Too bad. Do you guys want to introduce yourself? Because obviously we're sort of new to your band, so and just like tell us what you do in said band.
Who's going
Yeah.
first?
I'm Zach and I play bass in Oasis. And
All right.
Okay.
I'll go. I'm Ryan. I play drums.
I'm Adam. I play guitar.
I'm Ollie and I'm the vocalist.
Oh, cool. Thank you. It helps us out a lot, so we know who we're asking like questions and stuff. So it's like it does help if we know who's who. Yeah, I actually got introduced to your band by Zach's cousin, Christine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because she knows what I've been doing. I've been doing it for 5 months, 6 months, 5? I don't know. Doesn't matter. But a few months anyway. And she was like, oh, actually, blah, 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 blah. So she sent me all the details and I had a little look and I was like, oh, this is what the sort of stuff I listen to. I was like, yeah, cool. So I was like, thanks for that. Was not expecting to get a band I liked out of Christine, to be fair. But she's going to pop on in a bit anyway. She's got a couple of questions for you.
Awesome.
Awesome. Sure thing.
Sick.
We've got some questions for you. So, shall we start?
Yes, do it.
Go for it.
Let's go.
So, how long collectively have you been playing music? So, you can either do it individually or just for the band. It's up to you.
Collectively. Yeah, go on, Ollie.
Well, we all joined at sort of separate times. I joined late 2018. I know that Adam and Ryan were there from the start, and then Zach. Zach, when did you join? Sort of
April 2019, I think.
2019. Yeah.
He's got it down to the day. He does.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I think I can't remember when you joined, Ryan, actually, because you were there for the start, but like pretty early on. I think it was
Yeah,
like 2016,
I think
17 maybe.
Yeah. It was. I was on holiday at the time. I still remember. I joined. What was it? It was probably like June 2016, something like that. I was fresh out of secondary school, I think.
Yeah, but I mean the project started December 2015, I believe. So from then on, it's sort of there's been loads of members come and go like for temporary sort of times, but yeah, over the past over 4 years or something, we gradually sort of thinned out people, and yeah, so it's taken a while, but I think I hope we're there.
Is this everyone's first band, or have you been in other bands?
No, so I think myself and Zach have been in bands previous to this. Well, yeah, obviously I can speak for myself, but yeah, it was more of a college band. We did some gigs in London, but yeah, Zach, tell us about your stuff.
So I was in a pop punk band, which I know you're gonna hate me for, called A Decade Late, and yeah, it was called A Decade Late, I think, because the other guys in the band were like 15 years older than me, and they felt like they missed their chance in the 90s.
I didn't know
Nice.
that.
Yeah, they got the beanie and everything.
I didn't even check it on.
Yeah, me and Ollie. Well, yeah, this was the first sort of music project I did. I didn't want to join a band and like play someone else's music. I kind of wanted that sort of creative freedom. So, yeah. So I don't think, yeah, Ollie, you've not been in a band before, have you?
No, yeah, this is my first band.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's cool though. We were just wondering as well, what is your like songwriting process or creative process like? Well, it's kind of hindered at the minute because of COVID. We've had this like before, but previous to that, how would you go around writing songs?
So we use this software called Tabit, and it's kind of like MIDI. It's a MIDI software, and it allows you to sort of write as if someone was always playing. So they're sort of like sampled instruments, and so we can send the file across to each other, and we can add like parts in and take stuff out and change it. So over the time of like finding members, we've had sort of a whole discography sort of written up, and over the years stuff has changed. So it's very much like, I think we're running on like old stuff. So this EP that came out in last June is probably about 3 to 4 years old in terms of like where we are of how much we've written. So I mean, it's great because it's kind of like that era is like done for us, but it's also frustrating because we're writing all these fresh ideas, but we have to wait sort of to catch up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then as like a band, is social media helpful? Because that's how obviously I found your stuff as well. Like Christine sent me your Instagram page, I think it was. Do you find it's helpful or like a necessary evil?
I think it's really helpful actually, because before COVID and everything, we'd only played 2 shows and we hadn't released any music. And then lockdown happened and we released our EP, and it's done way better almost than I thought it would do in the timescale without being able to play shows. So actually social media's helped us out massively.
Yeah, I agree with that. Especially during COVID as well. Because you can't sort of do anything, you sort of have to focus on your social media as well. So we've concentrated a lot on sort of just pushing content as we can't gig, and sort of get together and sort of do pre-pro stuff. And so we've sort of concentrated a lot on sort of merch and content, and obviously social media is so important.
I think it took us a while to like really understand how to sort of implement it. So when we first released the EP, it was probably a bit of a messy release, looking back. And I think from about June till like September, we were sort of trying to understand how to push our music. And then probably when the music video came out, we did a lot of like research online about like building an audience. And I sort of think we like engrossed ourselves in trying to understand like certain strategies and schemes and stuff. So yeah, especially over lockdown, it's massively helped. And like even now, we're adjusting and looking to the future and thinking like how we can build our audience across multiple platforms and like get the best out of social media that we can.
Yeah, it is a really helpful tool in some respects, because like like so I obviously looked at the Instagram and then I went to Spotify because that's where I get everything from, and I seen like your band, and then it's also got like suggested bands as well, and it's really cool to like discover new stuff, like new music, I mean. So I find it quite helpful, but I know some people find it more annoying. I don't want to speak on their behalf, but can be
Yeah,
hard.
I think it's a two-sided coin because it's like incredibly toxic at the same time that you're sort of like apart from just the music stuff, like what you see on social media is like can be like mostly pretty damaging to your mental health.
Yeah.
So I mean, like we have to do it because like this is something we enjoy. We want this project to reach as many people, but also like we have to spend more time on it. So it's it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, definitely. I've got a question for Ollie. So obviously this type of singing can be very harsh on your voice if you aren't careful. What are your vocal care? Like, what's your vocal care and like your routine to sort of warm up your voice?
Well, I think definitely warming up. I sort of have sort of little techniques that I do. It's more sort of like singing warm ups. It's not really specifically for sort of screaming or harsh vocals. It's kind of just getting the voice nice and warm, sort of for about 10 minutes or 5 minutes or so. Everyone's different. You can do longer. I think technique is very important. Obviously, using diaphragm, not using your throat, because obviously you don't, especially when it comes to in the future doing sort of long tours and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, you don't want to blow your voice out, so you have to look after it. In terms of drinking lots of water as well, that's very helpful. I mean, a good diet. My diet's okay, but it's little things like that. But yeah, definitely warming up. That's very, very key. Definitely.
Yeah, I know from like other artists that do that sort of like, I can't do it, so I'm not even going to try. Like, they use like honey, warm water. That was really bad, wasn't it? I tried. I'm not going to do it properly. It's not my thing. I'd be on the other side of it. Yeah, they use like warm water, honey, and lemon and things like that. So I was just sheer curious about how you preserve your voice. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, honey and hot water is brilliant.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's
Especially
a go-to for sure.
Yeah, because you've got like when you're doing like you're sort of like growling, it does like really affect you, doesn't it? You can get like quite a bad throat. So
yeah, of course, yeah, definitely.
Honey,
You know what is really good actually is chewing gum as well.
is that a good one?
In terms of breathing, chewing gum is brilliant because it sort of clears your sort of lungs out. But yeah, especially strong chewing gum.
Yeah, I'll make sure I pass this one on to other people who've like told me the honey and lemon thing. So can I share that? But
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
What bands or artists are big influences on your music style? Like, help.
Is this just for me or
for everybody?
Oh, for everyone. Okay.
Yes, everyone. Well, do you want to start, Ollie?
Yeah, of course. I think we can all agree. We all listen to sort of the same music, but then again, I listen to a lot of hip hop, rap. But I mean, I can name a few bands. Obviously, we all love to listen to August Burns Red. North Lane's a big one. Personally, for me, Heart and Hand was a massive band that I used to get into when I was younger. That sort of wanted me to, sort of made me want to play music. Yeah, the list is sort of endless, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess ABR's definitely been probably the sort of centerpiece. I guess that is where like, especially like on the early days, that's I suppose who we look to in terms of like we want to sound on that sort of spectrum. We never wanted to make like music that's like you can't listen to it because you can't understand like absolutely anything. It's just like noise essentially. We never wanted to be like that aggressive. I think it's more about the dynamics, but where like in terms of inspiration, you can take it from so many different genres. Like I think as more serious a band has got on, like I think I've listened to metal less and less than I did like before The Way of the Seas was just in its early days, because I look at a lot of other genres and how they sort of structure their songs, like what sort of melodies they use, like, and that's a lot of things you can take and interpret into a sort of metal sound, and I guess it it brings a bit more of a interesting dynamic than just sort of doing the same thing everyone's been doing for the last 5-10 years.
Yeah, it definitely keeps it sort of fresh. Just in general, it keeps it fresh, doesn't it? So, has anybody else got any other sort of band influences, or you're good?
I mean, kind of like personal influences that I try and bring to the band from kind of the rhythm section is bands like Tesseract and say Meshuggah. It's like looking for drumming inspiration from these titans of the industry, as it were, and trying to incorporate that as best as we can into our own music, really, as you said, to try and keep it fresh.
They're good bands, actually. Tesseract's amazing. Sorry. Just had to like jump in with that one. I was like, oh, I really like them. I've only just got into them not that long ago, and yeah, they're really, I think they're quite just nice just to chill to, I find anyway. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Ryan loves them.
Ryan does that.
I do.
awesome. What is your favorite place that you've played in, like country, venue, location, any of the three?
We haven't got much choice on that one if we're just talking about this band, because we've played our two shows like what 30 miles away from each other. So I think our answer has to be London, UK.
Okay, let's swap it about. Where's your dream venue? There you go.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Now
There you go.
People ask us states in the past. That would be a dream for me.
Yeah.
dream venue. That's
Such
mad.
a hard question.
That is, I think mine would probably be O2 Academy Brixton.
Nice.
I saw with the slope floor, so when you're further back, you can literally see how far the crowd goes down. I mean, there's not many metal bands to play that, but that would just be absolutely incredible to play that venue, I think.
I mean, personally, yeah. Sorry, Ollie, go ahead.
No, Ryan, you go.
All right, yeah. So probably dream venue for me would be I think it's called Red Rock in the States. So Gojira did a like a live post of that. Just looks absolutely incredible. I think again, it's like kind of like an amphitheater styled like the Greeks were. That would be incredible to play in a place like that, I think.
Red Rock is an absolutely amazing amphitheater. I've not been there myself yet, but basically any concert that I catch on TV that is at Red Rock, I don't even care who's playing. The venue is just so amazing. I'll watch the concert.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
I think
I've been there once, but not during a show. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
See, I would probably say my hometown venue called the Wedded Rooms in Portsmouth. I've been to so many shows there when I was growing up, and just seeing bands I absolutely loved and adored. And I think just playing a hometown show would just be just incredible. Nothing would top that for me.
If you had to pick a band to be your opening act, who would you choose? Like the whole dream one. Because why not? Why not? Might as well reach
that's a tough question. Oh man.
Sorry guys.
No, it's such a cool question.
I mean, can we pick like can we pick bands from when I believe they were in their prime? Is that cheating?
No,
Whoever you like, yep.
Sky is the limit.
Okay, perfect. Then it would probably be Slipknot around their first their self-titled.
No one's staying up to that. They are the worst. They are the worst openers because no one stays after that. They got hated for that. But,
yeah.
Good band.
That's such a hard question.
Yeah. I don't think I picked someone metal, you know. I think like you sort of want to ease into that. Like I wouldn't want to feel like we come on and we have to like live up to like a support band, like Aggression or something, because our music's not really that like insanely aggressive. Like
Yeah.
like we had Slipknot come on and then we come on, I feel like a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People
okay.
fall asleep.
Yeah. Like, that's just
Maybe not then.
Yeah.
oh man.
I'm interested to see what Adam says.
I have to say Aviations because they're like the perfect
Oh,
song.
mate. Yeah.
They're perfect lead in. They're decent size. Like, I mean, it's not feasible now, but maybe down the line. But they sort of do like sort of dad rock, almost into metal. They're like a prog band.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Zach, who would you say?
Maybe. I mean, I want to say Periphery, but
Oh, good band. Good
yeah,
band.
because they're just to get to watch them as musicians would be like insane. Like they're all so talented as individuals, and to put that together in a band is like insane.
I'd probably say, you know what? I'd probably say Dev Wears Prada, but like in 2014. 2014 Dev Wears Prada, I'd probably say.
Yeah, agreed. I want to change my answer to that.
Everyone's gone home now. The Slipknot have
Yeah.
gone, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that would be awesome. Maybe you could headline for them, get them sort of going, and then like rah.
Wow. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely don't go on after Slipknot. It's
Yeah,
insane.
that's page one of being in a metal band.
Yeah.
Never follow
There won't be a
Slipknot.
crowd left. No one. Either no one will be alive or they'll all go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, can go either way. I don't know which. No, I'm not going to try and guess which one would be worse. Actually, it's like it's like mass death or just leave, and it's like come back,
Yeah.
please come back.
I think mass death would probably be worse.
Probably,
Yeah, just a tad.
Yeah, by a hair.
Slightly. Oh, Jesus. Well, that's my questions done for a bit. I'm going to hand you over to Jess. I didn't actually introduce Jess or Charlie. They're the co-hosts as well. So I'll pass
Awesome.
Introduce
Hello.
them now.
Yeah,
it.
I'm Jess.
That's my lovely Jess.
Yeah,
And
nice to
Charlie.
meet you. It's funny when you guys got on, I think it was Adam and Ollie, they were both drinking, and just because I wasn't really paying attention, I was like, are they drinking straight vodka out of the bottles? I know it's water. I know it's water. But I was like, brave. Coming out of interview and just start doing shots.
How do you know it's water?
Yeah, exactly. How do you know?
Yeah,
It's
how do
true.
you know it's water?
It looked like a vodka bottle that I have downstairs. It's the same shape with the same blue color. I was like, what are you
Wow.
doing?
Yeah. I mean, we're not that crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not that ruthless.
Yeah, the
Wow.
lockdown hasn't hit us like that.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
I mean,
Not yet.
it could
Getting
could be
close, getting
vodka.
close.
It could be.
Got nothing
Okay.
on there.
Let's see. So our group, we have a pretty decent collection of piercings and tattoos among ourselves. So we wanted to know, maybe let's start with Adam, going down list of how many tattoos you got, and if you got any piercings, how many, and where are they?
I have none of either.
Ooh.
We're gonna be super boring.
I'm a vanilla guy. I'm a blank canvas.
Adam, I got your back. I'm the same way. You're good. I'm the same way as you. Yeah.
Yes, sir. My guy.
These are dark
Yeah,
horse.
Yeah.
I'll convince him.
Not for me. Yeah. Maybe one day.
Alright.
I don't know.
Pass it off to Zach.
I've got one piercing, which is my nose, and I've got sort of half a sleeve of tattoos. It was like 3 sessions. And, yeah, and then COVID happened, so now I've just got kind of half a sleeve instead of a full one.
The plan is there though to get a full one. It's good to know.
Yeah.
Let's go down to Ryan.
Yeah, again, just same as Adam, to be honest. I've right before lockdown, I was moments away, I want to say, of getting a tattoo on my left shoulder, I think. But well, that didn't happen. So here we are. Same as Adam, like nice milky white skin, completely clear.
I'm tan.
Yeah.
You guys have that UK tan.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
No tan.
I get boxed all the time.
Poor thing. So white.
Scotty is,
I guess
Scotty
we'll
is
go to
neon
Ollie.
white, yeah.
Yeah.
Do a glow look. That's Scottish skin though. It's completely different.
Yeah, that's like albino, isn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of white, isn't it? Usually me mocking the bands. It's good to get a bit of banter back, to be honest.
All right. I guess Ollie, what do you got going on?
Oh, okay. So I've got majority of my arm done on this side. Got my elbow done, forearm. I've got this piece here, and I've got some pieces on my leg as well. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Did lockdown take away any of your artwork plans?
I mean, the last tattoo I got done was my elbow, and that was probably maybe just over a year ago. And I haven't really had any sort of plans to get anything else done at the moment, really. I'm trying to save money, so it's addicting. It's annoying because you get one and then you want to get another, and it's like, oh, I need to save money. So
Yep. Yeah.
I'll get more. But yeah.
Band tattoos, get them all together.
Yeah, we'll have a night out, lads. We'll have a night out.
Yeah.
I know.
Celebrate the end.
We each get a letter on our chest, so when we stand next, that's games, isn't it? We can.
I'll get everyone's faces done.
There you go.
Like bowling balls.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, so my next question, I had a different one, but I'm not going to ask that question. That's
Wimp, you wimp.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to now.
Yeah, come on.
You
Go
can't.
on.
Okay. I'll ask two questions, and the question I didn't want to ask, I'll ask last. So the first part of the question is going to be, so I was scrolling through said Instagrams, and I noticed that the color palette you guys tend to stick with is black and blue. Who has the most colorful closet? Who has the most colorful array of clothes in your band?
Ooh.
That's
Probably not me. It's like predominantly black, grey, and slightly lighter shades of grey, I think.
Dresses like
I realise we're all wearing dark colours. This doesn't really bode well for anything we say now.
Yeah.
It just negates, like, I don't know. Actually, it's a tough question. I mean,
I'd
we don't
probably
Ollie,
say
probably you.
me.
Yeah,
No,
I guess
Ollie,
me
I
or
reckon.
Adam. I guess.
Yeah.
It's interesting actually because I think most of the time we purposely try not to wear all black. I say that, and I'm sat here in all black. But when we did like photo shoots and like gigs and stuff, we kind of made it a point because it's just a stigma in it with most metal bands that they just wear all black and that's it.
Straight black.
So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we try to avoid that, but I know it's stuff happens. So.
I know it's a default. I do it too. So
Yeah. Just can't
it's always
go
good
wrong.
to throw some color in there. Okay, and the question that, God damn it. Who owns the tightest pair of pants? Who has the black tight pants in the band?
Ooh, Zach. It's Zach. I put my money on Zach.
cheers for that.
You can see his veins through them.
Oh,
Take the L.
Yeah,
He knows it. He knows it as well.
I think it's that those jeans and the beanie, the mementos of being in a pop punk band.
The Vans.
Nice.
Yeah, and the bands, and the
Yeah.
bands.
Yeah.
Really is.
Just
though, isn't it?
embrace it, Zach.
Yeah, embrace it, mate.
Embrace it, mate.
We move. Take it on the chin. I can't believe you weren't going to ask that. That's a brilliant question.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
We balance our questions between funny and serious.
That was good. I like the funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Oh, it's just such a.
We need to use that for every band we interview. Sack it, everybody. I don't care who it
Mhm.
is. Just ask everybody.
Oh, and I know you're gonna make me ask them too, so I'll
Yeah.
take all the uncomfortable questions. I have no shame. I don't care.
Changes it up.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, we're gonna switch gears from funny to a little bit more of a serious question. But so I've noticed that mental health has always been kind of like a taboo subject, even in the metal music community. And while metal music has always been kind of a way to express your feelings and kind of tell the truth about your feelings, and it can be therapeutic in itself. Do you guys think that that kind of tough guy facade is kind of fading away, making room for a more open discussion of mental health within the metal music community?
Yeah, absolutely. Personally speaking, I think it's pretty lame that that whole tough guy thing was ever a thing, really. Thing is, yeah, we're all people, aren't we? So at the end of the day, whichever way you choose to kind of express yourself, you should be heard and accepted however you like, you know? It's all valid, really.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think, like we were saying earlier about social media and the effects of that we're all like, we have a sort of like device, I guess you could say, that everyone's connected from all over the world, so anyone from everywhere. I think it's much easier to sort of have a like community feel about stuff like that. It's a bit easier to have that discussion with lots more people, whereas like before, maybe you just went to a show and you were feeling like that and it was sort of like butted out, whereas here it's more like, I think there's definitely that sort of community that welcomes it, and it's important to talk about rather than just sort of brush it off and act like everyone's fine all the time, because no one's like that at all.
I agree with that.
Mhm.
I think it's changed massively. I think more in terms of males as well are starting to sort of embrace it and open up more. I don't sort of agree with how certain people would say that males don't tend to show their feelings, when I think sort of, especially nowadays, I think a lot of males are sort of like definitely accepting that showing their emotions are important and should definitely be spoken about as well. Same with females, you know, not saying that they're not took into account, but yeah, definitely.
I feel like the community has become a lot more, has shifted gears from this, like you have to be this kind of aggressive and just tough and kind of sweep all those kind of feelings that maybe aren't the tough, aggressive feelings and just sweep them under the rug, where now I feel more music is incorporating those kind of feelings and those words in their music now. And the fans are, I think, becoming a little more receptive to it. And it's creating this whole new kind of sound and community around metal music, which was always just kind of just pure aggression. I feel like that's changing, and especially with bands like you guys. And like, which leads into my next question about your about the Odyssey and kind of, you know, battling and overcoming mental health issues. What did you guys pour into that?
Wow. Okay. So I probably started that EP like 4 years ago, maybe. That was before I went to university. I went to university 2 years, and they were like 2 of the worst years of my life. I was incredibly depressed, and my only sort of outlet for anything really was writing music and writing a story and sort of having this. I mean, it wasn't even a band at that point; it was just a project, but it allowed me to just sort of escape from this like reality that I had, and just sort of pour myself into music. So yeah, we sort of wrote that story, and it's like we said, it's about a figure. It can be anyone you want, but it's about realizing there's a light. You are the light, and it's not realizing that. And you sort of go through life, and you might inspire people that you not even realize, and you bring so much sort of warmth to people without even knowing it. And I think when you go through that and you realize that you like people actually you need to be here, you belong here. And I think once you realize that, it's like it is an odyssey, it's self-discovery. Once you channel past that, it allows you to process all of those sort of typical like negative emotions or like triggers that take you back to that place. And now, like as a person you've like built, and you've grown, you understand how to sort of come back and say, look, I'm okay, and we move on.
I'd say it's very, very mental health focused. It's very sort of, especially it's very based on depression, anxiety, overthinking, suicidal thoughts, abuse, physical abuse. It ties into everything, and yeah, it's sort of it's a great sort of a very good story, and it's sort of that's how it sort of describes everything. But yeah, it's very honest and true as well. And we put a lot of our personal stories into it. I mean, sort of personal feelings, I'd say, into the Odyssey.
I think.
I mean, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on, mate. Go on.
Yeah. So personally, I like to think, kind of, to sort of summarize the Odyssey is it's like a perfect metaphor for who you are as an individual. Kind of the idea of the Odyssey is to, as the other guys have said, is to is face these challenges that overcome everyone in life at some point, and that you might be depressed is not a good thing, but you should know it is an okay thing, and other people have been through this. And in a sense, by sharing this music and this connection, you're kind of helping other people through this shitty period of your life, right?
Yeah, I think we sort of left a lot of the lyrics and the overall concept a bit sort of vague and anonymous, so that people might connect to it in different ways and feel like that applies to their situation, rather than sort of writing it incredibly descriptive from like one or two or a few points of view. We wanted to be people to be able to have like lyrics that stick in their head, as that like applies to what I'm dealing with now, so that, like Ryan said, that we're sharing it with everyone to know that it, like, these things happen, and it's okay, and you're stronger than you think.
It's an important message, especially 100%. To kids and stuff that are listening to this kind of music. It's great to see that there are younger bands that are taking that message and really diving headfirst into it and exploring it. Like for you guys, I mean, it's such a personal subject, mental health, working on something that is so personal. Did it bring you guys closer together as a band because of the subject matter being something that's usually kept very to yourself, working together?
Yeah,
I think it was okay. Carry on, go on, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, for me, because I was the last to join the band, like when I joined, the songs were pretty much already written and nearing their final form. But for me, when I first listened to the songs, I had the reaction that I think a lot of our listeners now are having. Like, I related to these songs that three lads I didn't know had written. So it was good for me to be a part of that and to be able to pass on the message and hope that it will do the same for other people that it had done for me. And then in the time that we've done that, I think it's just been sort of a learning experience for all of us, and we've been able to grow as people together.
Yeah, I think we're all very open people. We're very non-judgmental. We're encouraged to speak out to each other if we're not in a good place. I mean, with me and Adam, when we were doing sort of vocal recording and sort of touching on lyrics, there were certain parts that got quite emotional. But that's real. That's why we do it, and you have to. It's a massive outlet, especially for me. But yeah,
I think yeah, I think we sort of improve from just that sort of band. I hate referring to us as like a band, because to me that can be like someone that just plays like at a pub at weekends, or plays like a wedding. Like, I feel like we're something so much tighter than that, and it's something that, like you said, that we share all of these sort of personal experiences with. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a band. It's something much deeper than that. So I think it's always felt like a safe space for everyone to just talk out. Like, we phone each other every now and then to check if we're all okay, and I think we're always there for each other. So yeah, it's probably much deeper than we realised. But yeah, it's made it a lot easier to talk about these sort of stuff between each other.
Yeah, to kind of like add on to the end of that, is like, personally, I feel these three guys that were once strangers, I'm happy to call them my brothers. It's gotten to that kind of level that they almost feel like family to me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I can say as a mom, and seeing guys like you having a message and kind of putting that out there in the world, in the music world, I appreciate that. For like when my kid kind of gets into music and dives at that is kind of the okay inspiration that he's getting, is that it's okay to have these feelings. It's okay to turn to your friends and find strength in them and relate to them, and it's not a bad thing to have those feelings. So as a parent, I appreciate it, and I hope that there are more bands and you inspire more people to do what you guys are doing.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But like, what do you guys have going next? What's your plans from now on?
Does someone want to take the lead? I mean, I don't mind, but
Yeah, go on.
all right then. Yeah, so next on the roadmap is this year, just pumping out some demos for us internally. We've, as Adam mentioned, we've got like 2 entire albums already written, one of which is coming up, is what we're working on. And right now we're kind of in a similar process that we were in, sort of January, February 2020, where we're just working over the songs that have been written. We're going over back, we're playing through them 1,000 times each, understanding what we want out of it, and really it's just, hopefully by the end of the year we'll have a product that we can then once again share with the world.
Yeah, I think lockdown's put like a bit of a hindrance, because one of our sort of main forms of working on the album is like vocal recording. So obviously, because of the restrictions, you can't meet inside households, so we're sort of stuck in this place where we can't really do anything. But hopefully soon, hopefully in the next 2-3 months, it'll be allowed, and then we'll get straight back into it. But I think the album's a bit more of a dynamic, and it's essentially what we tried to do on the Odyssey, like refined. I think it's a even bigger story. The songs sound equally as different. None of them sound the same. I think it's probably the most ambitious thing in comparison to like the Odyssey that we will do, like going forward. But yeah, I think we're all really excited to just sort of release it, and it's more recent music. These are like the Odyssey was 3-4 years old for most of us, so it's like newer music, if that makes sense. Like, I think when we got the EP out, it was kind of more of a relief than like, yeah, it's music coming out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Scotty, did you have something you wanted to say?
No, I was coughing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to get over here. So I wasn't like, there we go. We're good.
Okay, and then I just have one more question, and then I think we're going to change it over to Stacy. But if there's a message you can give out to your fans, maybe during this time of lockdown, what's a message you can send out to them?
I would say hang in there, be
Hold
patient.
on. Yeah.
Remember that everyone is in the same boat. It's okay not to feel okay. Look after yourself, surround yourself with your family, your friends. Concentrate on your mental health and stay safe.
I think it's really, really important to keep in contact with people, because you might be in the situation where you have like family or like friends around you, but I know personally some of my friends live on their own, and they have done since like March. So as like you have to think more for them than you. Like you might be dealing with stuff that they're probably dealing with sort of 10 times worse. I think it's really hard to sort of take yourself out of your own shoes and look at what other people are going through as well. Like people have lost loved ones. I've been fortunate to not, but yeah, I think just reach out essentially if you know people are vulnerable, or even if they're not, just keep in contact, because it's really, really important.
Those are amazing messages. It's great. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I think Stacy, you have a guest questions.
Yeah, we have a guest question. Yeah.
Yes. Can y'all hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So I was listening, and I was going through the lyrics. And yes, the it's very relatable, definitely. And I agree with Jess. That's a lot of good information going out, in the songs. The lyrics are like poetry, and actually I read them like a story, and I was wondering, did y'all release them, like did you write them in a certain order but then release them in a different order? Because I totally put it together as a story. Do you know what I mean? A certain order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we
Right.
at one point we bunched all of the lyrics together in one sort of block paragraph, so it would read like in one sort of mess.
I put it together too.
Yeah.
I did too. I put it back in order, not how it was released, but how I took it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is that is some good lyrics. That's good writing.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
It really is. It really is. And I was wondering who, particularly in your mind, is the gatherer.
Ooh. Oh, that's an Ollie question.
Oh.
Pressure.
Yeah, pressure. That was one of yours, I think, mate.
That's such a good question.
No one's asked you that before.
No, that's thrown me off.
To you,
so good.
then
To me,
who was the gatherer?
oh my God.
And not having an answer is an okay answer if you don't really.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a point in the story, as I took it as, I was just wondering who are they asking this, seek your home, gather, seek your home. I was just wondering who that might be in y'all's minds.
You know what? I don't have anyone specific.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's good about it. There's no specific person. It's open for interpretation.
That's
whatever it is to you, if you listen to it, whatever you have in your mind.
Right. Oh, that's a really good answer. And I would leave that open like that if anybody else got, because that's just a really good answer.
Thank you.
Let me see. I had all kinds of notes. Let me see what I was writing down. And let's see. I was wondering, I know you guys are kind of young, but I was wondering if you had to make like a 1980s mixtape.
Wow.
One song you have to you can vote individually answer. What's one 1980s song that would have to be on your 80s mixtape?
Oh my word.
Oh, that's such a good question.
That is, yeah, that's a mad question.
Oh,
1980s. Damn. Oh,
You can be close.
Oh.
We'll be forgiving in that regards. Yeah.
I don't
Wait,
even
we
know
only
when the
allowed
song came out.
we'll only have one song.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting Human Nature, Michael Jackson on there.
Okay, that's a good one.
That's, oh, I love that song. Absolutely amazing.
I'll go last.
Yeah, of course you will.
Are
I'll
you
go
trying?
next, I suppose.
You're thinking of your parents' music, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got to say, I didn't really know much music that came out in the 80s. Like, I listened to music that's older, like classic rock from the 70s. But I'm
That's
going to
really
take a
nice.
guess and say
Okay.
that
Well, that's fine.
Hey,
Well, tell me
really-
what your favorite classic rock is.
So what really got me into music in the first place was a band called Thin Lizzy, which is my dad's music.
Right.
And everyone knows them for doing The Boys Are Back in Town, but
Yeah.
go deeper into their discography. There's like songs like Still in Love with You, which are just like musically amazing pieces of art, really, in my opinion.
Wow.
I like all music, all years myself. Even though I'm Generation X, but I've been through all of it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what about you, Ryan?
Yeah, so I still remember when I was younger, I must have been about 6 or 7 years old, that I still lived in Holland back then. And my mom was driving me somewhere, and she put on a tape. And turns out that was a tape from Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. And honestly, I know it's not quite 80s. It's a couple of years off. I did have to check it on the screen here, but yeah, it's just probably Bat Out of Hell that probably got me into that started something, I think.
Right. Right. Meatloaf's great.
Yeah.
He's still my heart. I love Meatloaf.
Love it.
Ollie, mate, you've got big shoes to fill now.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez. Got to jump on Google, mate.
I don't have a specific song, but
Oh.
any song that was released from Genesis or Phil Collins in the 1980s, I'll take it.
Well,
I grew up
they-
listening to that. My dad's favorite.
80s. Yeah, they had a
There you
lot
go.
released in the 80s. So yes, I like Phil Collins and Genesis. So
There we
those
go.
are good ones. Those are really good ones. And I can't think of anything else right now. But it was nice talking to you guys. And good luck.
Nice to meet you.
Good
Yeah, thanks
luck.
for having us.
Yeah.
Don't be, you got to put yourself out there. You got to, and it's okay. You'll have each other to back each other up. And I look forward to following you guys and see what happens and what else you put out, because I got to read it. I got to read it like a story. I need more. Okay, Charles.
Nice to meet you.
That's it.
You too.
Nice to meet you.
And now it's my turn. And the good news is we're going back to lighthearted now, so we get to have a little bit of fun.
Hey.
Hey.
One of the really nice side effects that I really enjoy getting out of these Zoom calls when we do these with different bands and actors and whatnot is I love looking at people's backgrounds and trying to figure out what's going on behind them, trying to read into people's lives and whatnot. So the one thing that's really been sticking out to me, I got to ask you, Ollie, what's the jersey behind you?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Adam's
This
gonna
is-
hate me, but
I do hate you.
this is a Chicago Bears jersey. But
Mitch
me and Adam
Trubisky.
both follow the Falcons.
Even though he's got a Bears hoodie, Bears jersey.
Even though I've got a Bears jersey up there.
Ali, you are now one of my favorite people. I'm a Chicago Bear fan. I'm in Chicago right
Oh.
now.
Nice.
I was thinking that was a Trubisky jersey. I'm like, okay, all right. I was hoping that was the case. Okay, fantastic. Okay, good.
That's
All
it.
right.
You're a Bears fan now, Ollie.
Yep. So, okay. So, fantastic. Scotty, do you need me to hold off while Christine's coming on, or?
No, keep going. You're okay.
Okay, all righty. So Christine was coming on. Didn't know if you needed to wait. Okay, so I'll keep going then. So more fun questions. So who is the clown of the band? Who's the joker? Who's the funny guy?
Troublemaker.
That too.
I think
Who's
that
the
might be a
troublemaker?
separate question.
I think kind of all of them have moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's
can't-
fair to say.
All bully each other mutually, and it just works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ollie's probably the biggest clown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saying that, Adam saying that, that makes you instantly the biggest clown, as does this make me the biggest clown now. It's kind of like a recursive circle, really, isn't it?
So we can all agree then that Zach's the biggest clown.
Yeah, no, obviously. Yeah, of course.
Hey, pass the buck. That's perfectly fair. Not a problem.
Yeah.
And then alluding back to one of Jessica's earlier questions, then with regards to the vodka, who's the drunk of the band? Who's the biggest drinker?
Ooh.
Oof. Yeah, probably.
Zach's volunteering on that one. Okay. All right. So along those lines, then, what's everybody's drink of choice? Are you guys vodka, beer, rum? What's everyone's drink of choice? So we'll go. Zach, what's your drink of choice?
Whiskey.
Oh,
Nice.
big up.
Okay. All right. Adam?
Cognac.
Okay. Ali, how about you, sir?
Just classic beer.
All right.
Oh,
And Brian?
Yeah, so I'm a fan of the white Belgian beers myself. Yeah, I
Okay.
got to stay true to kind of where I was born.
Fantastic. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. And then what is everybody's favorite either movies or TV shows? What do you guys like in that genre?
Zach, do you want to go first, mate?
I'm probably the worst person to ask this question because I don't watch a lot of TV at all. Some of my friends have given me a list, and I'm pretty sure there's like 50 films that they all want me to watch, and I haven't watched a single one.
And some people aren't movie or TV files, which is perfectly fine. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. Me, I'm a massive movie TV file. I've got a massive media collection. I've got all my stuff electronic. So yeah, that's me. Some people aren't, which is perfectly fine. How about everybody else? Any favorites or anything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big film fan as well. I mean, I could sit here and reel off loads, but probably my favourites TV series is like How I Met Your Mother, Mad Men, Community.
Cool.
Cool. And then films like I'm an absolute sucker for mob films. So I put like Godfather, Casino, Goodfellas, all that lovely stuff. Light-hearted.
Cool. The easy listening stuff. Got it. Okay, no problem. Ryan, how about you?
Yeah. So I'm a huge my favorite movie ever. That I'm not really much of a movie or TV guy either, but honestly, my favorite movie ever is Interstellar. I'm absolutely in love with the idea of space, how beautiful it can be. That just looking out at the night sky when there's no light pollution is the most amazing thing in the world. Do it. But then as far as TV shows goes, I kind of just binge two, and it's Archer and The Office US, obviously. And yeah, that I'm actually I was watching The Office, not just like 30 minutes before this call, really. Yeah, that's it, really. It's those three pieces of cinematography. Yeah.
Okay. And then Ali, how about you?
Okay, so Okay, my favorite film ever is Top Gun.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
And my favorite series is How I Met Your Mother all day long.
Really? Okay.
I love how
Not a
no
problem.
one mentioned the in-betweeners, but we spend 90% of our time.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
we can
That's-
also plug something here. We actually quoted How I Met Your Mother in With No Hope. So there's a
What? I don't even know this.
there's a scene in, I think, like series 9, and it's like it's a monologue. But yeah, we actually quoted it. It's in the lyrics. So if you like search a bit of the lyrics, you'll find the scene. And it's a bit weird listening to it now, but yeah, that's one of the little Easter eggs we put in there. Because me and Ollie love How I Met Your Mother, so we thought it was right.
I was always a fan of it myself. No argument there. Absolutely. Cool. Okay, Scott, I've still got some more questions, but Scotty, I'll pass it over to you. Want to introduce Christine and whatnot and let you have some fun there for a little while?
oh dear.
Thank you for the questions, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
thank you.
got a few more coming, but
Got more.
yeah.
Awesome.
Christine, you still want to do some questions, Bob? Can she hear?
Hang on, hang on.
Hello.
Hello.
This is my first time on Zoom. Give me a sec.
All right.
Okay. The only question I have is, my middle son really is into playing guitar. So, do you have any advice? Anywhere you should go at the moment? Obviously, you can't actually go to any lessons. So, if there's any sort of advice or tips or websites you can recommend, that would be awesome.
Just Google 9-string guitar.
Like, okay.
That's me.
I mean, yeah, it depends what sort of stuff you want to put. I think you have to play it for you. Is like the best advice. I think people get hung over with like practicing certain stuff. Like when I first learned guitar, I took lessons in like year 8, so when I was like 10 or something.
Okay.
And they sort of tell you learn this because this, and I didn't want to learn that sort of stuff, so I gave it up, and then I took it back up on my own accord, and I wanted to play stuff that I wanted to play. So that, hands down, that's the most important thing, because there's loads of resources online on like YouTube that will teach you how to play
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and it's sort of a marathon that over time you learn things. But I think it was like 90% of people that play guitar give up within their first year. So if you
Really?
make it past that first year, you're doing something right. But it's all about playing what you want to play. Unless it's like Jimi Hendrix stuff, then maybe turn it down a bit.
That's cool. Thank you.
No worries.
You can pass you back to Charles.
Okay, cool. All right. So for all of you guys, it looks like you guys are all pretty much heading down the musician routes. I don't know if you guys have other quote unquote day jobs right now, but if you weren't going to head down the musician route, what career would you want to pursue? And since the way I've got you guys lined up right now, we'll just go across. Ollie, I got you first.
Okay, so I currently work in the NHS, so it's the National Health Service in the UK. I would probably, you know what, if I didn't play music, I would stay in the NHS and work my way up. I'm a massive passion for helping people. It's really the only thing I sort of see myself doing, hence why I love music so much and why I push mental health, is because I really want to help people and sort of better people. So yeah, that's what my answer would be.
Fantastic. Zach, how about you, sir?
I am currently a chef, and I think I would stick with that. It was always sort of my fallback if music never took off. So the fact that at the moment I'm getting to do both is actually pretty cool.
Fantastic. And Ryan, how about you?
Yeah, so I work in IT support at the moment, and I've always been into computers and things like that. So it would definitely be a case that again, it's a similar case to Zach, really. I've played music since I was 6, and I've been into computers since I was 6. So it's just that simple, really.
Ryan, we should definitely talk offline. I'm in IT myself, as a matter of fact.
Fantastic.
So,
Let's do it.
Yeah, Scotty refers to me as her technical support, actually. So yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically, go ahead.
Yeah, carry on, sorry.
Yeah,
No.
I was literally going to say it's usually, why is my microphone making this weird noise? Why is this not opening? Why is my phone
Yeah.
not working? Not like, come help me. He's in Chicago. It's just like, help me.
It's actually how we met. So Scotty's in the UK, I'm in Chicago, and we met on we were in a Facebook group for a common interest of ours, and she just made a comment in the group, I'm having problems with my iPhone. Can anybody give me a hand? I'm just like, sure, what the hell? I'll offer up my services, and kind of figured it out. I mean, we eventually got it working, sort of.
You shouldn't have answered. You shouldn't have answered.
Well, it was the start of a phenomenal friendship, and because of her, I've met Jess and Stacy and Beth, who's also on the call, and many, many other people that are some of the best people I've come to know, and to be perfectly frank, love now. And I'm a very lucky person because of it. So, but yeah, you ever want to talk IT? Hit me up. Absolutely.
Absolutely, sure thing.
No question. Adam, how about you, sir?
I'm going to give you the worst answer and say there's no plan B.
I knew he was going to say that.
Yeah, I said earlier about my time at uni, with like depression and stuff, and it was kind of like an out of body experience or something. Whereas, like, someone's just telling. I used to literally dream of like us playing like music on stage. I didn't know it was us. Like, I could just see us from like a distance, and like we'd play music in these dreams I'd have, and I'd wake up and write what I'd heard in this dream. So yeah, from sort of then on, it's been tunnel vision. So I mean, that's the worst answer, but yeah, I honestly I couldn't do or wouldn't want to do anything else.
If that's what your passion is, there's no problem with that at all. It's one of those questions we like to ask different people and whatnot. Some people have the fallback, some people don't, and if that's where your passion is, that's where your passion is. Me, I'm, like I said before, I'm IT, but I'm also lucky in that I've always been good at it. It's always been there for me, and it's just my thing. So yeah. So okay. Somebody threw this question out there, and I liked the idea, so we're just kind of running with it. The answer to this very easily could be no, but it seems like several of your songs have a nautical theme to them. Does anybody have any actual sailing experience?
Yep.
Oh, Ryan does. Okay.
Yes. We're not frauds. We're not frauds. No. This is all planned. This is all planned. Yeah. So I guess my surname is basically the translation would be sailor man, I guess, shipping man. And when I was younger, on holidays and things like that, Dad would take me out on the sailing boat, and we'd go sail for a bit. Yeah, so we're not frauds.
Oh, cool. Okay. You never know. I mean, people can take a metaphor and run with it, and if that was the case, there's nothing wrong with that. Just one of those things just wondered on. So, the last question I had was also an unusual one, but I don't know if you guys have really. It looks like you have. You're pretty up on top of your comments specifically for the I Sail video. I've noticed a lot of the I Sail video comments tend to have Cyrillic lettering on them. So it looks like you guys have a lot of fans coming out of Russia, Eastern Europe area. Any interest or desire in possibly touring in that area? Were you aware that you really have a lot of Russian fans, it seems like? Were you surprised by this? What's your interest level in that area?
I think for me, I can't imagine ruling like a place to tour out. Like, I think we want to go as many places as possible. Russia would be absolutely amazing. But I think the reason we've reached that is because of like our advertising like strategy, and like one of the key demographics in Russia is that sort of age group, that's 16 to 35. And so like on the ads that we run, we target that age group in a lot of countries, and Russia's like a really, really big, obviously, proportion of that. So that, I mean, that's probably like the most logical reason. But I mean, yeah, it's cool to have fans everywhere, really.
Oh, obviously, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I didn't
Russia
know
loves their metal music as well.
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
also I was kind of drawing the parallel to How I Met Your Mother, where Canada gets like the 80s and the 90s, like 10 years behind everybody else. Russia's now finally getting metal, and it's kind of that kind of thing almost, really. So
That's brilliant.
I love that reference. That's brilliant.
That is brilliant.
yeah,
That is brilliant.
very very interesting coincidental parallel, I thought. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, they have that Alex Terrible, Slaughter to Prevail, and all that going on, they're like
Absolute demon.
Russian hate project, and it's massive
Yeah.
now. So yeah, I think he's the sort of forefront of it.
He's definitely helped in that process. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Dixie's ask, I was going to ask, are you near the ocean? I felt like going for the UK because surrounded.
they're
Yeah, are you
surrounded
near
by
the
the ocean, Stacey. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys? Where are you guys based actually?
I mean, we're kind of all over the place. I mean, I live near Exeter, which is in the southwest of England, and to be fair, the ocean's like literally a 10-minute drive for me. I know that Ollie's by the sea as well because he lives in Portsmouth, but the other two are slightly further away inland.
Yeah, we're slightly more inland. Yeah.
We're and inlanders, so yeah.
So you two are frauds.
We're frauds.
Well, yeah,
really,
but
I mean,
know-
surely I make up for it.
Yeah, so that means that that means I'm
Yeah, I used to live where Christine lives, so we weren't too far from the sea. But I now live in Leicester, so I'm right in the middle, not close to any ocean, not really.
Mm.
So
that's funny actually. We get that tends to come up a lot. I think because of the whole sort of the name of the band and like the artwork on our EP. It's like a central theme, but
yeah,
we use it more because of its sort of. We tend to see our music as like a escape from like day-to-day life, and it's ironically it's like the sea's like the most peaceful place on the planet. So it's quite ironic how.
But it can be the most scary place as well.
Yeah.
Well, that too, yeah. So I think it draws a lot of parallels with like solidarity and stuff. So I mean that's the main reason we use it. But yeah, it's quite funny. Like I don't think we ever felt like obliged that now we have to do a music video by the sea, or we have to do a photo shoot by the sea, or.
Although it was definitely on the list at some point.
Yeah, it's probably on the list. But I mean, the Odyssey is probably the closest we'll ever get to like a self-titled album, because I hate when bands do that. But I suppose the artwork, I suppose it, like in the sense like that is the sort of like that could be a self-titled record because of the way it looks.
Yeah. There's one more question. I've completely forgot what it was. I was like, oh yeah, who came up with the band name? Just thought I'd ask that one.
That was me.
That was Adam. Yeah, Adam.
Yeah. So in college, I did a media project, and when I went to see August Spencer at Alexandra Palace, I just took a photo of like the sort of view out, and when I did this media project, it was sort of like creating like band promotional stuff, and so I just came up with this name that was like Away with the Skies, and then I was already into music at that point, and when I thought of a band name, I was like, I prefer sea than sky because it sounds sort of like, I mean, I have even less experience flying than I do sailing. I mean, yeah, it was just kind of sort of like the sea's quite like a peaceful place, so that was the main reason.
I liked it. I was just sure curious who it was. Literally God, and I was like, quick! I've just remembered again. So I do it all the time. I'm a nightmare.
Yes, she does all the time.
I know. I remember one interview, I sort of sat there going. No, it's like, oh, that's so awkward. I need
Scotty, are you there? Your video froze. Scotty, no, I'm just thinking. Give me a minute. No, I'm just thinking.
Oh no. Oh, it's all good fun. Thank you for joining us, by the way. So we had a really good laugh.
Yeah,
Oh,
likewise.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
we
so glad I got to meet you guys, and I think you guys are doing amazing work, and keep doing it because it's important work.
Mhm.
Keep going. If someday, if I ever get to travel again, hopefully I can come over to the UK, and I'd love to see you guys play because not only I love your music, now I love you guys as people. You guys are awesome people. So
Appreciate that.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Thank you so
Jess. We'll make it over to the US at some point. Don't worry about it.
come visit. Come over. I'm in California. It's nice here. We got a lot of sun.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
It doesn't
get
rain there.
red instead of white.
Exactly. Yeah.
Bring your sunscreen, sirs. Bring your
Mm,
sunscreen.
yeah, absolutely.
Factor 200.
Adam's gonna crisp up.
Yeah, it was gonna come. It was gonna come. I was waiting for
Yeah.
it.
There we
Have
go.
You guys will match my hair color.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
We look like a squashy. Like.
yeah. Oh, they won't know what a squashy is. It's
Yeah,
like a
they
little,
won't know it.
little squishy sweet. Oh dear.
Like drumsticks, isn't it?
Sweet.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, it's a red and white. It's a red and white sweet.
yeah.
yes. Clearly, I
Basically,
can't
that's it.
Yeah. It's more
Just-
pink and white there.
Yeah, pink and white. Whatever.
That's
I'll
what
add-
rich people look like. Yeah, there's an ongoing joke. Every band that we interview, or anybody we interview, actually, it doesn't really matter. Jess is in San Diego, and we just invite everybody. So she's got her wedding in October. You're welcome to come.
Wow. That was
Nice.
Whole party on the beach.
Open invite.
Sure, I've got plenty of room.
I'm booking my ticket now.
Yeah,
just
give me a sec.
Come on
We're
down.
just assuming the world's going to open up, of course, but yeah, that's the plan right now. Yes.
Maybe Brian sail us over.
We'll sail there. If not,
There you go.
yeah, that's it.
Have to leave now.
You guys will be all set. Ryan will get you across the ocean, no problem. You'll be fine.
Easy, not a
Yeah,
problem.
exactly.
Done.
Yeah.
It's done.
Thanks again, guys. The mental health stuff's amazing what you're doing. I wanted to add that as well. I know Jess did, but honestly, that's fantastic. Especially, I know a lot of people suffer with mental health issues, and it's nice to have that. Like, it's kind of like support in a way, because we've all agreed that music is a really good. It's like good therapy. That's the word I was looking for, and that's really important. So you're doing amazing work.
And the fact that they're bringing the awareness to everyone is just rare nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you for having us on. It's been
Well,
great.
Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. Yes.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks very
Awesome.
much.
Thank you so much. Cheers, guys.
We'll chat
All right.
soon.
Thanks, guys.
Definitely.
Bye.
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 Great one.
Bye.